Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle Nedwick and I make healthy lifestyle videos, and I'm also documenting my journey on a GLP-1, specifically TIRZEPATIDE. I am also a lifetime Weight Watchers member, and today I have another segment in my Weight Watchers motivation series. So let me catch up on this past week. So I had a bunch of fun things. I told you in previous videos that I have essentially 2 bachelorette parties. If you're new to my channel, I'm getting married in the beginning of October, and the fun and festivities are beginning to start. So this past Thursday, I had my, I guess it's not really a bachelorette because it wasn't wild and crazy, but my friends threw a little get together at this French restaurant in Vermillion, Ohio, and it was absolutely fantastic. And a lot of my friends who are female defense attorneys, I'm a prosecutor if you're new to my channel, also came, and it looked like everyone had a great time. We had awesome weather, and I've talked before about my friend Lisa, who is the judge. I used to work in her courtroom. Well, she retired in 2018, and we were always friends. We always had a ton in common. She's a little older than me, but our lives kind of followed the same course. We were both grew up on the north side of our city. We were both cheerleaders in high school. We were both lifeguards. We both went to law school and became prosecutors. She was a county prosecutor before she became a judge. Then, of course, our lives, went different ways. I had 2 kids and stayed a prosecutor, and she became a successful judge. But anyway, I love her to death, and she lives in Vermillion. My friend Margaret and my best friend Gina, who you've heard me talk about in many of my videos, they came back and we went on Lisa and her husband Dan's boat. And it was, again, just a perfect day. The lake, which is Lake Erie, was super calm. We rode up to Huron. We had lunch. We came back. We went to their pool. So needless to say, I've had 2 days of indulgences. So today I decided that I was not going to weigh in because, you know what? I had so much fun. If I gained a couple pounds, I don't want to know it, at least not today, because I am still having so much fun. But on a good note, if you watched my last video or the one before that, I was telling you I had a jury trial coming up, and it was making me nervous about that. So I did settle it. It's not completely done. I mean, they still have paperwork to sign, but it looks like I will not have to have a jury trial. So I'm very grateful for that. Now, I also told you in the last video that this company called Iuga, which is spelled I-U-G-A, and if you are watching YouTube, you've probably seen their commercials. Originally, they made yoga wear, and several months ago, they offered me the opportunity to pick out 4 different items and model them on my YouTube channel. So they reached out to me about 2 weeks ago and said, hey, are you interested in collaborating with us again? And I said, absolutely, because I love their products. And this time, they have also gotten into sportswear. It is not just leggings and sports bras. So I picked out 4 items, and they arrived last week, and I am going to model them for you. But first, let me show you a little montage of my pictures of my bachelorette party and my day in the boat. So I'm gonna put that up right after this, and then I will see you back with my Iuga sportswear.
I've been holding on, I wouldn't let you go. Cause every time I try, you find a loophole. I've been slamming the door and just leave you cold. When I come back, you've heated up the South Pole. You see my
So I am going to model this for you, and I've only tried one of the items on. One of the things that I picked out was this really cute light blue tennis dress with an open back. So I have tried this on and it does fit. So I will be modeling that for you in just a moment, but let's unbox the rest of it. Now, when you order from Iuga, it comes in these little packets. And let's see, which one is this? All right, the next item that I picked out, and I am looking at my iPad so I get the exact name correctly, is the Iuga. You can see them, they're black shorts, and they're made with like a silky material that you can tell is absorbent for exercise. So I've got these shorts in black, and these are called the Iuga 5-inch quick dry UPF 50 plus hiking golf shorts with pockets. So I will be trying those on as well. And next, I did order one pair of leggings because they have started a new brand which apparently really sucks you in and gives you a little bit of lift in your booty area and will not roll down. And so I got these black leggings, and they're I think they're capris, but on me they might be full length. But anyway, you can kind of see the front panel is going to hold you in. And these are called the Iuga PowerTight Sandwich No Front Seam Leggings in black. So I will be modeling those very shortly. And last but not least, I got more shorts with that same wicking material that you can tell will dry really great, and you can swim in these. And these are the Iuga 5-inch quick dry UPF 50 plus swimboard shorts with liner in dark blue. So again, they've got some nice pockets, and I will be modeling these for you guys. All right, let me go try on my outfits and I will model them for you. And when I come back, I will let you know what the Weight Watcher motivation of the day is all about. Okay, so this is the light blue or sky blue, I believe, little tennis dress or pickleball dress. And I keep saying I want to try pickleball, so now I have the outfit for it. But let me back up so you can see how cute this is. And even if I never played pickleball, this is a really cute outfit to wear, maybe in Hawaii on my honeymoon. So I've always liked this color. Now, this dress has built-in bra and built-in shorts, as you can see. You're not going to be showing through here, and you don't have to worry about hiding bra straps. So anyway, I'm very, very pleased with this. And the other thing I really like about it, because I have not lost all my weight. I still have about 15 more pounds to go. So I'm a little self-conscious about my arms and also this area here. And I love how it's cut. It covers up that little bit of problem area that sometimes shows through in other tank top style dresses or shirts. So I feel like this just is perfect, and I don't feel self-conscious at all in it. So this is item number 1. I just ran down and modeled that light blue dress for Mike, and he really liked it and gave it 2 thumbs up. And I do want to also mention that dress was really comfortable. Now I have the black golf shorts, and I'm going to show you that in a second. This sports bra I just got on Amazon. It is not part of the Iuga collection, but the rest of my items are all bottoms. So Anyway, let me back up so I can show you the black golf shorts. So they've got some really deep pockets, and again, you could totally swim in these. It's got this, I don't know what kind of fabric it is, but I can tell that you can work out in them and swim in them. So, and by the way, just for sizing purposes, now, I am probably between an 8 and a 10. I'm not quite at an 8, although I can still fit into some. And the 10s are just maybe a little smidge big. But I ordered all of these in the size large, and I'm very glad I did. I am starting to get more size medium things, but just for reference, I'm 5'3", and like I said, I'm in between a size 8 and 10. So if you fall in that ballpark, then, oh, and I weigh about 153 right now. So a little bit more than I want to, but I'm getting there. So anyway, that's just for sizing references, because if you go on their website, which I'm going to provide a link to their website, if you want to get 25% off, my code is 25Michelle, and they are offering fabulous sales, which I will let you guys know when I'm done modeling. So anyway, on their website, I don't see much sizing information, so I wanted to share that with you. All right, on to the next one. All right, my next item are the swim shorts, and they have like swimsuit bottoms underneath here and pockets and very thin light fabric that you know will dry well in the sun. So if you're not quite where you want to be on your health journey, you might want to consider these, because you can totally swim in them, and I think they're cute. So again, I will link all of that information below, and these are the dark blue swim shorts. Now, all of these things also come in different colors. So, okay, now it's time for those uplifting leggings. So I'll be right back. All right, last but not least are these wonderful leggings, and I don't know if I can back up far enough. They are full length for me. So they have this, I think they call it like a sandwich something or other, but it's compression. It does make your waist look much thinner. I would say maybe 1 or 2 inches in appearance for me. And they're super comfortable. And they do have the long pockets. You can put your phone in or whatever you need. And they're very nice and soft. So now let's see. I don't know about the booty being lifted, but every little bit helps, doesn't it? And if you are perimenopausal or menopausal like me, you know, the stomach is the hardest thing to get to where you want it to be. And I think that this really helps. So, okay, well, like I said, they're running a huge sale, and I will let you know the details about that in a minute once I change clothes. And then I'll jump right into my Weight Watchers motivation segment. All right, well, I am back, and I'm going to give you the details of the Iuga sale. What it is you buy one item and you get the second item 50% off. And then if you buy a third and fourth, you get the fourth item free. So essentially you're getting one item that is 50% off and one item that is free. And this sale is running the 18th through the 28th of August, 2025. I guess one other thing, I didn't participate in this sale, but it looks like it says 4 leggings, $15 each. And they claim to have Lululemon quality. And I have never owned any Lulu items, so I can't compare it, but they are super comfortable and flattering, I think. Okay, so that concludes the fashion part of this video, and we are ready to go on to the Weight Watchers motivation segment. Okay, so I have to admit, I did not attend the Weight Watchers meeting today. You know, I had so much fun over the last 2 days, like I said. I didn't want to have it bring me down. Plus, I had a lot of things I needed to get done. So I did attend a virtual meeting, and the coach whose weekly workshop I watched is named Amy L. So today's topic was about emotional eating. And I know when you're on a GLP-1 like me, that really helps with emotional eating. But I have probably been on every diet under the sun at some point in my life, and I get it. When something upsets you, or you're stressed, or even if you're just bored, sometimes we turn to comfort foods and things that are not good for us, like excessive sugar, excessive carbs, or maybe too much wine. So that's what this meeting is about. Okay, so Amy L, and I have my iPad to read from. She started out saying she was going to address today's technique to battle emotional eating first. She said, she asked the crowd, does this sound familiar? You're tired, you're stressed, you're feeling overwhelmed, and you don't even realize it until you look down and you have 20 candy wrappers there beside you. So it's all something that we have done at some point in our life. And because some of us have done this their entire life, it has become a habit. And the rest of the meeting really talked about how we break ourselves of that emotional eating habit. And one of the things she likened it to was, you know, if you drive someplace every day, like I drive to work, you know, sometimes you're driving, you get to where you're going, and you realize you don't even remember driving there because you've done it so many times. So that's what she likened emotional eating to, that because we've done it so much over our lives, that we fall into that habit and maybe don't even realize it until it's too late and we've already done the damage. So what did Coach Amy say? She talked about breaking up the emotional eating cycle by parts. So the first one is the trigger, and the trigger is the emotion. For example, I have a lot of work stress, and I could let that lead me down a bad path of maybe eating too many carbs, too much sugar, or perhaps too much wine. So that is what we call the trigger, which is the emotion. Now, emotional eating is the action. That is the action you are taking once the trigger arrives. And what she said to do is you need to put a space between the trigger and the action, even if it's just 5 minutes. She did want to point out that there is a third part to emotional eating, and that is the reward. Now, we would not do it if there wasn't some kind of reward. But with emotional eating, the reward is short-lived. But, you know, we've all done it. We feel upset, we feel sad, we feel worried, we feel bored. We go to our comfort food of choice and we eat it. And then for a while, it does make us feel better. It does give us that shot of dopamine in our brain. But then that doesn't last very long. And then in addition to all of those emotions that you were already feeling, you now have guilt on top of it. So, like she said, the key is to take a break between the trigger and the action. And what she says to do is we really have to dig into what is causing the emotion. And, you know, that could be a variety of things. You know, I have an upcoming wedding I'm super stressed about. I have, you know, work where I have, you know, some issues maybe with coworkers, or just a busy, stressful day where I have hearings and possible trials and all of that. So that is the trigger. and you need to recognize it when it hits. So say I come home from work and I'm all stressed out. What can I do? Now, instead of immediately pouring a glass of wine or immediately busting out the Oreos, you can do something else, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Recognize your trigger and then say, maybe I'll call a friend. Maybe I'll take a walk around the block. That sort of thing. What she said was, if you do emotionally eat, and we're not saying that any food is off limits, but make it a choice, not a reflex. And really digging into yourself really will help you determine what emotions trigger you and in what you need to do to stop it. And sometimes maybe a walk around the block is all you're gonna need. She did say, though, this is something most of us have been doing all our lives, and it is a habit. And habits can be broken, but it's not easy. So she said, you have to give yourself a lot of grace. And maybe you will slip up sometimes and you won't recognize that trigger when it hits you. But even if you recognize it 1 out of 5 times, that's 1 out of 5 times that you're making better choices. Some of the members said that when they become anxious, their go-to is chocolate. And a lot of people agreed with that. Another member said nighttime, just being bored at night watching TV, is also a trigger. And you can find yourself at the pantry door. So what can you do? Again, you want to create a space between the trigger and the action. So again, fall on some of the tools that you've learned over the last couple years and, call your friend, take a walk, maybe paint your fingernails or something, just to distract you from that feeling of boredom. I need something to eat or drink or do because I'm bored and I'm sitting there watching TV. Maybe get out your trusty walking pad and walk while you watch TV. I have started doing that on my lunch hours. Not every day, but I aim for 3 to 4 times a week. Let's see, what else did she say? She said it's the mindlessness that you want to avoid. So it is really important, even if you end up eating the food, that you recognize your trigger, you recognize the action that you want to take, maybe the emotional eating, and you take some steps to put some time in between. And if you still want it after you've taken that walk or you've talked to that friend, then it's a choice, not a reflex. So she finished up the meeting by, I don't know who she credited it to. She found this saying on somebody's app, and I didn't write it down. But what she said was, if you were to switch bodies with someone you love for a year, how would you treat your body, knowing that you have to give it back after that year to him or her? Now, I would hazard a guess to say that we would treat somebody else's body we were inhabiting way better than we treat our own. So it's just something to think about. And the quote of the day. Now, Coach Amy did not end with a quote of the day, and I didn't go to my Saturday Weight Watcher meeting, so I found my own quote. And my quote of the day is, emotional eating is not healed by removing comfort foods. Emotional eating is healed by learning to comfort yourself. And that's from Brittany Watkins. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. And again, if you are interested in the Iuga wear that I modeled, a link to the website and a link to each of the 4 different items that I modeled will be in my description box below. And if you're watching this on your television, you can go on your iPad or your phone, pull up the video, and you'll see the description box below. You have to click on more, but it will share with you all of that information. So, and again, you can get an additional 25% off with my code, which is 25Michelle. And again, that's on top of the great sale they're running, where you get the second item half price and the fourth item free. Okay, so if you have watched this video and you have enjoyed it, please give me an emoji of a yoga person. Just search yoga in your emojis and you'll come up with a little person doing yoga. And one more thing before I wrap up this video. And if you've been following me for a while, you know I'm a breast cancer survivor. And I got it in October of 2022. And last summer, right before my daughter's wedding, I had a scare. I went for my yearly checkup. They found something. They basically told me it looked the same and it was in the same place. So I was 100% sure that my breast cancer was back. They did a biopsy, which is super painful, by the way. And I got the results the Friday morning of my daughter's rehearsal dinner last year. And it was benign. And I sobbed for like 30 seconds to this poor woman who called to tell me it was benign. Why am I telling you this now? Because my yearly exam is coming up on Wednesday, this Wednesday. So if you've been with me for a long time, can you say a prayer for me? Even if it ended up being benign like before Mandy's wedding, that is the last thing I want to think about while I'm getting ready to get married. So your prayers would be greatly appreciated. And then, of course, I'll let you know in the next video how it turned out. All right, guys, if you like this video, please like it below and subscribe to my channel. And tick that notification bell so you are alerted every time I upload a new video. I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I will see you next time.